That's the button.
All right, we're good.
Where's your intro music?
All right, it's time to talk. Fuck the intro music. Let's just start.
I thought you said it's your
No,
show.
okay, you want my intro music? I'll do my intro music. All right, I'll do my intro music. The camera's
I
on
thought
the
this
way.
was all about. I thought this was all about your
Oh,
intro
dude,
music.
it's totally about my intro music.
I like
Dude,
what we're
how do you not
listening
like
to.
Bill
What was
Withers?
that?
Oh, it's
What's
Bill Withers.
Yeah.
It's Bill Withers.
I hate this song.
No, dude, check it out. No, seriously, check it out.
I know. I bet it. It's about 127 hours, right?
Yeah, it is. Look, the movie title's right there. 127 hours. It's a really good. Dude, don't hate on James Franco. I swear to God, don't get me started on James Franco.
No, don't get me. No, I'll take
Danny
down
Clear,
James Franco.
dude, Danny Clear and Green Hornet should have won an Oscar for that. He was in there for like 5 minutes.
Why? What? What's his point? What's his point to the whole story?
His name is Danny Clear.
So you're gonna give him an Oscar
Crystal
for?
Meth. I don't remember the
being
saying,
there.
but
Okay,
it's really
yeah.
good, dude.
All right.
Watch Green Hornet. Watch Green Hornet.
Yeah. There's
Listen
a lot
to
of thought in that.
So you're really hating on Bill Withers and James Franco.
I'm
at the
sure
same
Bill
time.
Withers is
and
a
you've
great
been on this
artist.
show for 1 minute now, and you've already started hating on two of my favorite things.
I'm sure Bill Withers is a great artist, and this is even a nice song, but I'm just not a fan of the movie 127 Hours. There's nothing to do with James Franco.
Why?
Who wants to hear about that dude who cut his own arm off because he got wedged in between a boulder? Man, that's kind of depressing.
Me.
That's depressing.
Me. I
don't have time for all that
Did you see
depressing.
it? And dude, they had like it was cool. Have you seen that on the HD or something?
Okay,
Like, seen it
alright,
on a big
yeah,
screen? Have you seen it on a big screen?
James Franco's
coming right
like,
at you. Oh,
My arm hurts.
hater. We were just talking about it before the show started. Hater. It's a good song, but you're
Alright.
still a hater.
I'm
You're
not a
hating on
hater.
Bill
I'm
Withers,
not a
Lovely
hater.
Day. Look at YouTube it. Dude, it's good.
I'm sure it's amazing.
All right, let's get started.
So what's the whole story here? What are we going for?
Oh God.
What's the title of
This
this?
is episode 2. Bradley and JC have one of their many conversations. I hope.
I guess.
I mean, that's a long title, but I mean, I'd like to have you on again. Golly. Jesus. Dude, okay. You wear pink very well.
Thank you. I think it's a very manly color. Actually, when I was younger in like junior high, I was always like the kid in the black sweatbands, and he had the Anarchy logo. And one time, one of the coaches asked me if I knew what Coach Jones, Willie K. Jones Jr. asked me if I knew what he asked me if I knew.
Dude, I shot in the school last week, and now you're about to shoot in the school. Go ahead.
He asked me if I even knew what Anarchy was, and I was like, no, but I love it. And then Ricky Bobby was made a few years later, and I was like, I totally got fucked out of that money, man. Like, that was my creative brilliance.
Yeah, you really did. Yeah.
He also stole my Spider-Man toys during class, but that's not the point, man.
No, but I do like Coach Jones though. He is cool,
he's
though.
a
Dude,
great
really
guy.
dope.
He's probably my
if he
favorite
ever sees
teacher.
this video,
He's
you
probably
are
my
cool as shit. Don't
favorite
get me wrong,
teacher.
you are cool.
From Carroll Academy. That's not the point, okay? I do like Coach Jones a lot. Alright.
He quoted like the Big Lebowski. Dude, he was always like the dude abides. Like,
Dude,
if
I got
made a
a
78,
framed Big Lebowski poster
you know
before I
what?
left, because I'm a suck-up. I have a pretty big brown nose.
One time I made like a 96 on the paper, but he gave me a 66. And I was like, dude, and Chandler Farley made, I can't wait to have Chandler on. Chandler, I got another story. Chandler Farley made like 100. How the fuck he did it, I don't know. But I was like, no, I studied for this test. I was like, Chandler, let me see your paper. Dude, he was like, yeah, I got that right. Coach Jones was like Xing everything that Chandler, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to him. And he was like, oh, you're right, Katie. Oh, you're right. All right. Oh, you got that right. What was I thinking? Goddamn. And then he's like, well, the dude abides. And that meant so much to me when he told me the dude abides, because, I, like, owned him in that moment. But Coach Jones, I swear, like, don't get me wrong, like...
No, Coach Jones.
I love your class.
And if you are listening to this, hopefully I've given you the book already that I bought for you. All Things Lebowski. I found it on sale. And I was like, Coach Jones got to have this. Anyway, what I was thinking about earlier and what we were talking about in the car was mischances. Like, I know you weren't a big fan of this because your Mr. Houdini gets laid all the time.
Oh, man. Dude. Oh, God.
Like, I'm just like, I was a fat, stupid kid. I mean, I started wearing polo shirts in probably high school. Like, right after 9th grade, probably.
I didn't do that until the 11th grade, and I didn't do it right in the 11th grade.
What do you mean, right?
Well, like...
Is there a right way to wear a polo shirt?
Yes, there's a right way to wear a polo shirt.
You fucking just put it on. I mean, you put it on. You just put it on.
No. See, I wore, like, a mismatched shirt. I didn't wear the same color as the eagle.
That's like your phase of wearing swimming trunks for shorts out in public.
No. If I had a pair of I don't even own a pair of swimming trunks right now. But if I had a pair of swimming trunks, I'd be wearing them today.
When we went to Panama City, you made your mom buy you like 8 pairs of swimming trunks.
I did not make my mom buy me 8 pairs. What happened was my grandma bought me a pair of Abercrombie & Fitch swimming trunks for like $54 for my birthday because we went down to see WrestleMania that year.
And she also bought me clothes.
Yeah, she did. She did buy you some clothes. Dude, we spent like an hour in Abercrombie & Fitch. I started to feel gay. Not there's anything wrong with that. I mean, they were just like, try
like
these
all
on.
sorts of
Remember,
like dudes walking around with their shirts off, like, try this on.
Like, try this on, yeah. I mean, imagine that. Think about that for a minute. But seriously, though.
Just like, I mean, sometimes when they rub their nipples when they're looking at you, that's the strangest thing.
That's never happened.
What?
That's never happened.
That never happened to you?
That's never happened to me. That never happened to you. You're saying that. That will never happen. And if it did happen, I would so screw Hollister. I would sue him for everything.
Why? Why would you sue him? Because
if I saw some dude like looking at me doing this, I'd be like, okay, that's sexual harassment right there. But I'm gonna buy this shirt and I'm gonna sue you 2 weeks later. I'll see you later. And put it on and walk out.
You'll be meeting my lawyer.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Wow.
So, Miss Chances, I was basically a doofus goofball like I am now.
Okay.
So I spent like 90% of my time not putting in enough work, and when I did put in enough work, it was like I was over trying. Like I'm always trying to capture. I was over pursuing the women. Women, you know what I'm talking about. Like, you don't want the guy who's all over you, giving you flowers every 30 seconds. Like, you dishy dishy, all that. I mean, we were stupid, but you wanted the bad guy. You wanted the guy who would screw you over.
So you would act like a dick to girls?
No, I would act like an extremely nice guy. I never acted like a dick to girls. Like, I was really nice. I was just a purebred nice guy my whole life. I couldn't not be a nice guy. Like, I try to be mean and I just get so overly mean. Like, I start cutting people's knees out from under them. Like, the whole 9 months joke like I made with you.
Oh, Jesus.
I just... like, I just start going for the deepest cut. Or the leather... We'll talk about the leather in a minute later.
Oh, the glove. Like
the glove.
Yeah, the glove
So,
like a vagina.
Miss Chances, I remember my first time that I can clearly, distinctly remember a really good one was our sophomore year. I had gone to spring break during the actual like spring break time.
Okay.
And Christina Sapp's condo was the big condo to be at. Jeez, I've got to stop saying names. So there was this big condo to be at of one of our really rich friends who was a little bit older than us. So we'd all go hang out over there, and like Keaton was already over there because he was already in a popular crowd, and he's like an 8th grader.
That's 2 Keaton references I've made on my show. Keaton.
Number 11.
Oh yeah.
Number 11. We gotta have
I think
you
if
on.
we got Keaton on, I'd have like 1 million views. Keaton, do you think you can get me 1 million views if I have you on?
If you want to see Keaton Icard, look up his YouTube. You're already on YouTube, hopefully. Look up his highlight videos. Terrell Academy Football, Keaton Icard. They're absolutely amazing. The one with the peanut butter jelly time background is peanut butter jelly time, peanut butter jelly time. That's so amazing. Like, I just want to dance through the whole thing.
He's good, dude. He's good.
He is a good football player. He's my best friend.
But you want to know what? You want to know what?
What?
I beat him in an arm wrestling match.
Oh, did you?
Dude, I beat his ass.
Is that
and Coach
something?
Murdoch was like, that's fucking pathetic, Keaton. Remember that? Do you remember that? He's like, that's fucking pathetic, Keaton. I swear to God. Argue it with me. Somebody else back me up. I think Eric Carlson will back me up on this. He saw like the Keaton Icard. He's like, oh. But no, but seriously, all joking aside, he's a really good athlete.
Okay. So I'm at this condo for spring break, and I've brought along Nico Lear. Nico Lear came with us down to the beach. Like, he was riding with us. Or he drove me. He was driving me around. And Eric was already at the condo, too. At the popular condo. He was there on that trip. Like, he was invited with them. I keep calling it the popular condo. So, I go over there, and there's this girl who is just, like, hammer-faced. She's a year older than me, and she's, like, clearly into me. Like, I mean, just practically comes up and, like, wraps her arm around me, keeps her up close. She's like, hey, how are you doing? Just all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. She's getting close.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, man, I guess I could put my arm around you and be cool. I didn't know what I was doing at all. I feel like such an idiot.
You're in the 10th grade.
Yeah, I was in 10th grade. So this would have made her a junior.
Okay.
So a little bit, like a couple minutes later, you know, things come to shove. I'm drinking a beer, and like she's like, hey, you want to go in this room here? And I was like, yeah, all right, this sounds like a great idea. So me and her and one of her friends are hanging out in a room, and like it's just the 3 of us, and the door is clearly locked. Like, she locks the door after we go in. And like, her friend doesn't really seem all that into me, don't get me wrong. But like she's just like laying in front of me. She like wants me to spoon her, like sit behind her on the bed and like lay there with her. And then she's kind of like laughing, like ha ha ha, and she rolls over and like purposely puts her boob in my hand. And I was like, oh, there's a boob in my hand. I got so excited, dude. I remember how excited I was to have this boob in my hand. Like this was the holy grail of boob for me. I was so fucking stoked. So I get this boob in my hand, and she's like, ha ha, my boob's in your hand. And I was like, yeah, and I squeezed a little bit, just making a joke. And like, we're hanging out a few seconds later, and this one is a missed opportunity. Like, I don't know where it could have worn on, but I wasn't really trying hard at all. But after this, one of my dear friends now busts through the door. Like, he practically kicks the door in, trying to get the girl.
Do I know this person?
Yeah. He's trying to get the girl that's not the one that I'm with, but the other one that's in the room.
Okay.
And why she's there at all, like, laying across from us, like, I wasn't putting together a threesome at all, even though I'm locked in this room with these two drunk girls. And I'm like I said, I'm a sophomore. I'm 15 at the time. I know I'm 15. I mean, I got lost in Panama City. I didn't know what I was doing. So I end up having to leave there shortly after this dude busted in. So that doesn't end up working out for me, clearly. And then a few days later, Eric texts me, or like a day later, Eric's texting me. He tells me that he really has a crush on the girl that was like coming on to me. Oh. And I was like,
Eric?
Yeah, I was like,
Eric.
Dude, yeah. And I was like, I swear to you. He texted me this. Okay. And I was like, oh man, but I kind of did. And he's like, no, I'll back off. And I was like, you don't back off. You're there with her. I'm going back to Dawson.
Dude, what a good friend.
So, I mean, I tell him all this. So, that's my first basic missed opportunity with this girl. But she comes back around for the second story. Okay?
Okay.
We go to a Super Bowl party at Christine's.
Oh.
Did you go to this? Were you invited to this?
No, I wasn't even. I was in West Virginia.
No, you weren't.
I wasn't. No. Was this junior?
This was our junior year.
What was I doing?
Because Caitlin Odom was there.
Way to make me feel like a fucking loser. I don't remember what I was doing. What Super Bowl was it?
Seahawks, Steelers.
I was at my girlfriend's house.
You're at your girlfriend's house. All right, so I went to Christine's house.
Whoa. What is that?
What?
All right, well, you don't believe me. I was at my girlfriend's house.
What girlfriend?
Chastity.
Chastity who?
I'm not going to say her last name. I'm not going to say her last name.
You were dating that girl?
This girl did not go.
Okay, not the same girl. Not the same girl.
This girl went to a different high school. This girl went to Worth County.
Okay.
No. Oh, I was dating Chastity, but I cheated on her with another girl. Is she?
How many stories do you have that end like that? How many stories do you have that didn't end like that?
A few.
Okay.
Whoa! No, I really do have a few.
Like relationships that haven't ended like. No, I'm just kidding. All right, we're getting into weird territory, aren't we?
No. We can talk about it, dude. Last week I told an insane story.
Really?
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not. I have another one, so I don't listen.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
Okay, so talk to me. Talk to me. Tell me your story. I'll take a break in mine.
No. Don't take a break in yours. No. Since we're talking about Panama City,
yeah,
I'm gonna tell my Panama City story after that, and then I really need some water. All right.
All right,
go ahead.
So I'm hanging out with Christine at Christine's party, and I have a very huge crush on a girl that is there at the time. I mean, I think she is just hot cheese and butter. Like, she's the blonde-headed one that I was so obsessed with that time, at that age. So, not the one you're thinking of that I'm still friends with, the other one. Or I'm still friends with her. That was rude.
I have an idea. I got you. Dude,
okay.
I got you.
So we're at this party, and I'm like sitting outside, like watching her from a corner, and they're like all sitting by the bonfire. I liked football. I loved the NFL at this time, but I wasn't really interested in the game. I was there like I had a mission. I'd come to this party with a mission, and that was to get with Blondie.
Were other people hooking up at this party?
No, not as much.
Was Chandler there?
Yeah, Chandler was there, and he did hook up with a girl in the back of his truck. So yeah, other people were hooking up at this party. So I'm just sitting outside, like kind of watching, like disappointed because the blonde-headed girl that I was there to clearly get was sitting in some dude's lap, and I was just like, oh, I think Keaton was the dude actually. She was sitting in Keaton's lap, and I was just like, Keaton night guard, I was in the popular crowd, like talking so much crap about him.
There you go again with that popular crowd shit, man.
Dude, Keaton was part of the popular crowd, but that's only because he was a superstar athlete. He didn't look good. Keaton, if you're out there listening, you have a huge nose and big lips, and you don't need YouTube to tell you that. So Keaton, I'm not defaming you. I'm sorry. That was mean.
You really are a good athlete, though. Seriously.
You're a great athlete. Check out his YouTube videos. So I'm hanging out looking at this girl sitting on Keaton's lap, so angry that he's getting this girl after I'm talking about his big lips. Well, obviously his big lips are worth something. So he's hanging out with this girl just sitting like there, and I'm watching just from a distant corner, and I'm like, man, I feel so bad. And girl from spring break comes up, not drunk this time, and she's like, hey, do you want to go inside and see if there's some potato salad?
Oh, God.
And I was like, I guess, yeah, I think I saw some in there. And she wasn't asking for me, she was like asking for herself. So like we go in there, and I literally fix her a plate of potato salad. And we just go in the room and sit there and watch the game alone with the door closed. Yet again, I'm behind a door closed with this girl. And I'm just sitting there, and like she even goes as far, she like when she crosses her leg and this leg goes over, she crosses it over my leg too, and just starts kind of backing it back and forth like with her heel over my like calf. And I'm like, man.
Did this girl go to our rival school?
No, she went to our school.
What?
Yeah, this girl went to our school.
Now I'm lost. No,
So,
keep going though.
I put my arm around the girl, and like we're just sitting there talking, watching the game, and like I completely never pick up on the fact that she's like full on coming on to me. She could have gotten on top of me, and like I wouldn't even notice. Like there were even a few times that she like gestures down to me and like stuff like that when I think back to it. Like, and we sit there and watch probably a solid quarter and a half of Seahawks Steelers in the Super Bowl, and I'm just like, oh, Ben Roethlisberger, I got his rookie card, you know, and talking about how bad Matt Hasselbeck is and stuff like that. And I felt really stupid looking back on those days. Like that was completely a mischance. Eventually, the girl who owned the condo that we were staying at the spring break before busted in with her boyfriend at the time.
Okay.
And like they were like, oh, what's going on in here? Haha. And Carmen just gets up and goes, nothing, and walks out. I just said, oh.
She was really hot though.
Yeah.
She was.
I know.
Oh man, I always talked about how hot she was. I was like, Bradley, she's hot, and she's married now, isn't she?
Not yet.
How many Carmens went to our school?
1.
I wish you would have said like 4 or 5 or something like that.
17. So. No, there was more than 1. There was a few more than 1. Josh Carmen. So, that was my second one. All right, what's your whole story that you had earlier from Panama City?
Panama City, you went to the Randolph Southern House. I traveled around with Matt Van Sant and Cole Bird.
Yes.
But before that, no. When I was with them, I was walking down the street with them. Boobies as usual when you're in Panama City.
See, I didn't know there was boobies in Panama City, by the way. I've only seen them once when I was very young.
Lots of them.
So we go to this spring break thing, and JC's treating it like it's like New Orleans. Like his mom even bought us beads. It was so hilarious. His mom bought us beads. So like, I was like, what are we going to do with these? These are just like funny. Of course, me being the negative person I am, JC just walks outside and starts slinging them like they're fucking dollar bills, and boobs come out everywhere. It's absolutely beautiful, man.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, we have got to... Okay, keep going. Keep going.
Well, do you know how many numbers I got that week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got a few numbers.
Okay, so...
Speaking of how many numbers you got that week, do you remember the girl who I got her number 2 and I was texting her?
Yeah, she thought
and she was like, is this really JC? I want to make sure it's not his fat friend. And I felt so mad. And she was like, he took down my number 2, and I just like looked down. Motherfucker.
Okay.
And she had such nice boobs. I was trying to
get
that
blonde one by the surf shop.
Yeah, the blonde one by the surf shop.
Right here.
Blonde and black hair, crazy bitch.
Yeah, she looked like Kesha.
Yeah.
Alright, so... Alright, I get a call. Of course, I don't know really who it is, but I'm like, alright, yeah. She's like, hey, I'm in this... I don't want to say the hotel. I'm in this hotel, room 222.
Mm-hmm.
I go to the hotel, I knock on it. No one comes to the door, so I just kind of like walk in. She's like, hey, what's up? You know, she's in her room. There's like 3 other guys. And they're in their boxers. One's in their swimming trunks and one's in their boxers. And they look like half the soccer team here where I go to school at. Mm-hmm. Okay, so...
Over there, tight Speedos, and like, hey, what if from Saskatoon, eh?
Oh, God, you're so crazy. Alright, so anyway, so she's like, come on in. Hey, what's going on? I'm trying to talk to her. I'm trying to, like, you know, get the guys out.
Yeah.
You know, hinting. Oh, no, she says. All 4 of you are gonna
Penetrate her.
Yeah, just have at me. And I was like, no way. And at the time, I'm like 18 or 19, so at the time I was like, maybe now I'd be like, okay, well, this is kind of a cool story, but I'm still not going to do it. And I really wouldn't do it. I really wouldn't do it. But like, it was so intense to see, like, 3 other guys, and one of them just took off his boxers. And she was just like, just attacking it. It was insane.
And I was lining them up like circus seals.
For a minute, I watched to see, like, what was really going to happen. Like, if I was, like, under investigation, is this, when a dude walks in and says, "Hey, how you doing?"
I'm Chris Hansen.
Yeah, exactly.
We're on To Catch a Predator.
And so, I'm like, I gotta go.
This chick's like taking dogs in the face, and Chris Hansen walks around the corner.
I truly thought this was a joke. I was being punked. Ashton Kutcher was gonna come crawling out from underneath the bed. Hey, you're punked. Just something like that. I mean, like, I was like, I can't do this. I can't do this. Maybe when I first got to college, I'd be like, hell yeah, but now I'm settled down. Before that, I was scared.
Dude, you were totally, like, this was high school, even you were scared to test those waters. Like, you were a little wild back then, let's just say.
A little bit.
You rubbed boogers on girl?
No, you know what, man?
He got kicked out of class for rubbing a booger on a girl.
Do you remember that one time?
In 12th grade!
Dude, 12th grade. Dude, our junior was fun. My 12th grade year sucked.
I think you're ignoring the point.
What's the point?
You got kicked out of class for rubbing a booger on a girl your senior year. That shit happens in kindergarten.
Oh, don't hate on me.
I'm not hating on you. I'm not hating on you.
But I feel like that whole situation was blown up, and I feel like I was targeted. I'm not going to go there.
It's okay. There was one girl that you were rather infatuated with and got us in trouble with a few times during high school that had blonde hair, who stabbed one of our friends with a lead pencil when we were young in kindergarten.
God, I already know who you're talking about. Wow. Let's end it right there. Where can people follow you at? Oh, yeah, that's it.
Sing78 on Twitter.
At JC Katigue. See you guys.